Okay, today we will solve a numerical on undamped free vibrations. Find the natural frequency of the system shown in the figure. So in this case, we have three springs. One is having stiffness K1, another one is having stiffness K2, and the third one is having stiffness K3. The value of K1 and K2 is 1500 Newton per meter, and the value of K3 is 2000 Newton per meter, and the value of mass is 5 kg. So we have to find the natural frequency of the system. We know that natural frequency is given by the relation omega is equal to under root k upon m. So the value of mass is given in the numerical. First of all, we have to find the value of equivalent stiffness. Okay. Now the two springs are connected in series. Sorry, the two springs are connected in parallel. And we know that when the two springs are connected in parallel, the equivalent stiffness is equal to the sum of the stiffness of the two springs. So Ke will be equal to K1 plus K2. So this equation will become so here the two springs are connected in parallel, so its equivalent stiffness will be equal to K1 plus K2. And here the stiffness is K3. Again, these two springs are connected in parallel. These two springs are connected in parallel. You can move this fixed part to the topmost place. The two springs are connected in parallel, so their equivalent stiffness will be K1 plus K2 plus K3.
So stupid.
K1 plus K2 plus K3. Okay, these two springs are in parallel, so equivalent stiffness will be K1 plus K2 plus K3. So the value of omega will be under root k upon m. The value of k will be K1 plus K2 plus K3. So it will be 1500 plus 1500 plus 2000 divided by m. The value of m is 5. So 15 plus 15 plus 20. It will be 50,000 divided by 5. 15 plus 15, 30. 30 plus 20, 50. It will be 5,000 divided by 5. Or it will be equal to under root of 1000. Its value will be 31.62 radian per second. 31.62. The units are radian per second. So if we now this is the natural frequency, omega is equal to 31.62 radian per second. If we have to calculate this value in terms of hertz, okay, then Fn will be equal to omega by 2 pi. Fn is equal to omega by 2 pi. So it will be 31.62 divided by 2 pi. The value will be 5.03 hertz. The value will be 5.03 hertz. Okay, the second numerical is an unknown mass is attached to one end of a spring of stiffness K having natural frequency of 6 Hz. So this will be a spring mass system. Its stiffness will be K and mass will be M. So the natural frequency of the system is 6 Hz. The value of Fn is 6 Hz. Okay. When 1 kg mass is attached with mass m, okay, when 1 kg mass is attached with mass m, the natural frequency of the system is lowered by 20%. So in second case, here the mass will be m plus 1 and stiffness will be k. So in the first system, mass will be m and stiffness will be k. And in the second case, when 1 kg mass is attached with m, so the total mass will be m plus 1. The natural frequency of the system is lowered by 20%. So initially the natural frequency is 6 hertz. So when a mass of 1 kg is attached, its frequency will be 20%. Its frequency is lowered by 20%. It means the natural frequency will be, here the natural frequency will be 6 hertz. Let it be fn1, let it be fn2. Here the natural frequency will be 80%. 80% means 80 by 100. It will be 0.8 into 6. The value will be 4.8. Okay. So we are having two cases. First of all, when there is mass m, stiffness k, the natural frequency will be 6 hertz. So when the mass will be m plus 1 and stiffness will be k, natural frequency will be 4.8 hertz. And we know that the formula for natural frequency is Fn is equal to 1 by 2 pi into under root k by m. So for first figure, its value will be Fn1. So Fn1 will be equal to 1 by 2 pi. The value of Fn1 is given, its value is 6. So 6 is equal to 1 by 2 pi into under root k by m. So this is our first equation. Similarly, for second system, the natural frequency will be Fn2. So Fn2 will be equal to 1 by 2 pi into under root of, now the stiffness is k and the mass is m plus 1. Now the mass is m plus 1. So its value will be, the natural frequency of this system is 4.8. So 4.8 is equal to 4.8 is equal to 1 by 2 pi into under root of k upon m plus 1. Let it be equation number 2. So now we are having two equations and there are two variables. The first equation is 6 is equal to 1 by 2 pi into under root k by m. And the second equation is 4.8 is equal to 1 by 2 pi into under root of k upon m plus 1. So there are two equations and there are two variables. We can solve these equations. So our first equation is 6 is equal to 1 by 2 pi into under root k by m. And the second equation is 4.8 is equal to 1 by 2 pi into under root of k upon m plus 1. So dividing equation number 1 and equation number 2. So left hand side will be 6 divided by 4.8 and right hand side 1 by 2 pi and 1 by 2 pi. This will cancel each other. So this will be k upon m divided by under root of k upon m plus 1. So squaring both sides, 6 divided by 4.8 whole square. This will be equal to, squaring both sides, 6 divided by 4.8 whole square. This will be equal to k upon m divided by k upon m plus 1. So k and k will cancel each other. So there is only one variable, that is m, and we can calculate the value of m. The value of mass will be 1.777 kg. And now we know that 6 is equal to 1 by 2 pi into under root k by m. So put the value of m in equation number 1. 6 is equal to 1 by 2 pi into under root k upon m. The value of m is 1.777. So there is a single equation and there is only one variable. The value of k will be 2523.94. 2523.94. The units are Newton per meter. So the value of mass is 1.777 kg and the value of stiffness is 2523.94. The units are Newton per meter. So this is the value of stiffness and mass. So find the natural frequency of the system shown in the figure. So first of all, we are having a pulley. The pulley is fixed at this point. The pulley is fixed at point M. The radius of the pulley is small r. A rope is placed over the pulley and one end of the rope is attached to a mass and the other end is attached to a spring. The mass will be 4 kg and stiffness of the spring is 500 Newton per meter. And the mass of this pulley, that is capital M, that will be 60 kg. So we have to find the natural frequency of the system. So here we will apply the energy method. According to energy method, the total energy of the system will be constant. The total energy of the system will be constant. So here the energy will be, the energy is stored in mass m in the form of kinetic energy. The energy is stored in the form of kinetic energy, the mass m. Similarly, for pulley, energy is stored in the form of kinetic energy. Similarly, in case of spring, energy is stored in the form of potential energy. So the total energy will be kinetic energy of mass. The kinetic energy of mass will be half mv square. If x will be the displacement, x dash will be the velocity. So kinetic energy of mass will be half mv square. Similarly, kinetic energy of pulley, as the pulley is rotating, so torsional vibrations, it will be 1/2 into I into theta dash square. Kinetic energy of pulley will be 1/2 into I into theta dash square. Similarly, potential energy of spring, that will be equal to 1/2 into K into x square. Okay. The kinetic energy of mass will be equal to half mv square. Kinetic energy of pulley will be 1/2 into I into theta dash square plus, and potential energy of spring will be 1/2 into K into x square. So according to energy method, the sum of energies will be constant. So sum of kinetic energy of mass, kinetic energy of pulley and potential energy of spring, sum of all these energies will be constant. So it will be half m into x dash square plus 1/2 into I into theta dash square plus 1/2 into K into x square. This will be constant. So sum of energies will be constant. Okay. The next step is we have to differentiate this equation with respect to time. Now there are two variables. One is x, another one is theta. So we are having two variables in this equation. So either we will convert x in terms of theta or we will convert theta in terms of x. So we need a relation between x and theta. So when the mass is displaced through a distance x, initially the mass is at this point, it is moved through a distance x. So this will be the distance, that is x. Okay. When the mass is displaced through a distance x, let this one is the first initial point. So the rope will turn through an angle theta. So when the mass is displaced by a distance x, the pulley is displaced by an angle theta. I'm again repeating. When the mass is displaced by a distance x, the pulley is displaced by a distance theta. We know that. So this will be the arc of contact. It will move from A1 to A2. The pulley will move from A1 to A2. Or it will subtend an angle theta when there is displacement x. Okay. So it means x will be equal to length of this arc. x will be equal to length of this arc, and we know that if this is the radius and this is the angle, the length of arc will be equal to r into theta. The length of arc will be equal to r into theta. So the value of x will be r into theta. When the mass is displaced through a distance x, its value will be equal to length of arc, and length of arc will be equal to r into theta. So x will be equal to r into theta. The value of x will be equal to r into theta. So put the value of x is equal to r into theta in this equation. If x is equal to r into theta, then x dash will be equal to r into theta dash. If x is equal to r into theta, differentiating this equation with respect to time, x dash will be equal to r into theta dash. Similarly, differentiating this equation again, x double dash will be equal to r into theta double dash. X double dash will be equal to r into theta double dash. So put all these values in equation number 1. Put all the values in equation number 1. This will become 1/2 into mass into x dash square. The value of x dash is r into theta dash square. So it will be r square into theta dash square plus 1/2 into I into theta dash square plus 1/2 into k into x square plus 1/2 into k into x square. The value of x is r into theta x square. So it will be r square into theta square. This will be constant. Let it be equation number 2. So differentiating equation number 2 with respect to time, 1/2. First of all, 1/2 will be common, so it will be cancelled. 1/2 will be a common term, so this will be cancelled. So differentiating this equation with respect to time, mass will be constant, r square will be again constant. The differentiation of theta dash square, x raised to power n, it will be nx n minus 1. So it will be 2 into theta dash into d by dt of theta dash into d by dt of theta dash. It will be theta double dash plus I into differentiation of theta dash square. It will be 2 into theta dash into theta double dash plus k into r square. This will be common into theta square. Differentiation of theta square will be 2 into theta dash. This will be equal to 0 because differentiation of constant will be 0. Differentiation of constant will be 0. So this equation will become 2 will be a common term. This will cancel. The next common term is, here we are having theta dash. Here again we are having theta dash. Again we are having theta dash. So theta dash will also be cancelled. So the remaining term will be m into r square into theta double dash plus I into theta double dash plus k into r square into theta. This will be equal to 0. So theta double dash will be common. M r square plus capital I into theta double dash plus k into r square into theta. This will be equal to 0. So m r square plus I into theta double dash plus k r square into theta. This will be equal to 0. So the value of omega will be under root of this value kr square divided by mr square plus I. As we know that m into x double dash plus k into x, this will be equal to 0. And we know that omega is equal to under root k upon m. So this will be this term divided by this term. So it will be equal to omega is equal to under root k by m. Omega will be equal to k r square divided by m r square plus I. So this is the value of natural frequency. If you want to calculate this value, put theta is equal to a sin omega t. Put theta is equal to a sin omega t. Theta dash will be a omega sin omega t, and theta double dash will be minus a omega square, sorry, a omega cos omega t. The differentiation of sine will be cos, a omega cos omega t. And the value of theta double dash will be minus a omega square sin omega. So these are the values of theta, theta dash and theta double dash. So put the values of theta, theta dash and theta double dash in equation number 3. The equation is m r square plus I, m r square plus capital I into theta double dash. The value of theta double dash is minus a omega square sin omega t. So this is our this value plus k into r square, k into r square into theta. The value of theta is a sin omega t. A sin omega t. This will be equal to 0. Okay. Then we have a sin omega t, a sin omega t. This is a common term. This will be 0. The remaining term will be m r square plus I, m r square plus I into minus omega square, minus omega square into m r square plus I plus k into r square. This will be equal to 0. When we will move this term to right hand side, it will become positive. So it will become omega square into m r square plus capital I. This will be equal to k into r square, or the value of omega will be under root of k r square upon m r square plus. So this is the formula for natural frequency of this system. Then we can simply fill the value of k, m and small m, and we can find the value of natural frequency.